Hi, and welcome to week 4 of BI6625, and I don't have my slides correctly. There we go. This week we are observing historiography, and we're going to be spending the week looking at the book of Ruth. So I would suggest that the first thing you do is read the book of Ruth, and then you're going to have 2 assignments. One is a assignment reviewing the important aspects and the way the book is put together. Second is a word studying using Logos. So our goals this week are to observe key literary features of historiography in the book of Ruth, then to describe how details of story and history impact one's interpretation of Ruth, and then finally to observe repetition in the book of Ruth and determine whether examples of repetition impact its interpretation. So all good things. This is kind of a fun week because you get to apply some of the things you've learned in weeks 1 to 3. So far it's been pretty much just reading and responding. Now you get to analyze and interpret. So in week 4, 4.1, observing detail in the text. It's a chart. It is on Blackboard. You'll be able to download the chart that you're to fill out. And you're to examine the literary elements in Ruth and describe how each contributes to the meaning and message of the book in the provided chart. Then at the bottom, observe and include the 7 key elements in the chart and then add 2 elements of your own from the provided list. There are several more. You pick 2. This is due Monday at midnight. Now, this is really important. I expect a conclusion at the end of the chart that allows you to interact with what did you learn. It's a 1-paragraph conclusion. I will note it on the end of week 3 as well, just to give you a heads up so there's not an excuse. But be sure to add that conclusion. If you don't, I will be marking off. For assignment 2, and there is no discussion post again this week, so the other one is a word study, and it's expected that you use Logos, and there is a video about how to do a Logos word study if you haven't done one before. But utilizing your tools in Logos, perform a word study on the Hebrew word goel, which is known as redeemer or kinsman in the book of Ruth. It plays a central role towards the end of the narrative and really has implications for the Hebrew people as we move through the life of David. This is a key word that figures prominently throughout the book. Examine the various uses of the root goel in Ruth and also throughout the Old Testament. Based on your word study, write a 2-page paper with the following outline. Analyze the semantic range of the term in the Old Testament. Examine the uses of the word in the Old Testament. And then reflect upon the meaning of the term for Ruth as a whole. So what are the implications theologically in the book of Ruth? So those are our two assignments. One is a chart with a paragraph conclusion. The other is a word study, which should also have an introduction and a conclusion, and at least these 3 sections. That's all we have this week. As always, include quotes from the reading, outside research, and biblical support in all of your assignments, whether it's a chart or whether it's a paper or whether it's a word study. Please put your name on the file name. That's not as important this semester. Blackboard's working well. Feel free to email or call me with any questions. I will be in one place all week, so I'm happy to hear from you and respond to whatever you need. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.